God, why is it so hot in here? Come on, air conditioning. Turn on. Turn on. Do I have... So today was the first round of the Canyon Springs Disc Dash for Cash here in Twin Falls, Idaho. And as you recall, if you've watched my other video, if you haven't yet, you need to go watch the first video where I talk about what this event is all about. But just as a quick reminder, the reason I'm out here for this event is that we have 18 marksman baskets out here, so that there are 2 out of the 4 rounds where we played on the marksman. Today, the marksmans were on a shorter course, and the longer course had regular Innova baskets. The AMs played the short course with the marksman on it for the first round, and then the pros played the second round on the shorter course with the marksman basket. But before the round started, I spoke to a couple people just to see what their thinking was as they got ready to start the round and play on the marksman basket.
I think me personally, I think it evens the playing field quite drastically because not everybody gets to practice on the marksmans quite yet. I mean, they're coming out and people have been getting used to them kind of, but not in tournaments because they're not, you know, supposed to be in sanctioned tournaments. So it's given us an opportunity to obviously get our putts down.
Yeah, I think it should happen. It's a lot of fun. I don't feel as bad when I miss a 15-footer.
Right. It's all layups with the marksman. Anything inside 10, you know.
It adds to the game, though. It's definitely fun to watch, and it doesn't make everything a 30-foot tap in or whatever you hear, you know. I think it's brilliant. I want to see it more.
You think it's going to affect the scores a lot?
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Great.
A little bit.
What are your thoughts on having the marksman style basket in a tournament?
I really like the idea. I wish both courses would have it just for consistency, but I think the smaller target is definitely a good step for this game.
Do you think it's going to affect the scores a lot?
Yeah, with the course they're on right now, I bet it's probably 3 or 4 strokes around difference. Take the kind of 2.5 holes to 3 holes.
Well, I know at the start of the day I was real curious to see how people did out on the marksman basket, and I gotta say there were some good putts and some bad putts.
Unfortunate.
It's awesome because you can't be mad at yourself.
Mad at Bobby. Bobby because of the camera.
Well, it seems that everybody really liked the marksman baskets. They're out there having a good time. They really enjoyed the challenge, and they thought it was really cool to have something different with the event. After talking with a few more people during the lunch hour, I found out one of the things that stood out for them is that it wasn't just the putting part that they had to be a little more on point with. It was on their layup shots, because they knew if they didn't get a good layup, if they landed anywhere outside of that 10-foot circle, their putt was still going to be a challenge.
It was pretty intense. Gotta tell you, those marksman baskets are out to get you.
So how did you change your game plan at all?
Yeah, for sure. I was trying to just kind of lay up under the basket if I was more than like 50 or something like that. A lot of the baskets are kind of by OB, so I wanted to lay up.
Yeah. The first round went great. I think for me personally, I like the marksmans because just it's harder and it's something new for everyone. Mm-hmm. Other people may have not liked them very much just because of the same fact that they are harder and different. but personally I liked them.
Actually really like it. Maybe because I'm putting well, but I feel like I focus really well. You have to. And kind of smooth things out, slow things down. I only had one that came out that definitely should have been in, just to drop in. But other than that, I like that it kind of evens it out. You really have to, you got to be on. So.
I thought they were fun, and it's something new. Usually we go to tournaments and we see regular baskets, regular putting styles, but with marksman's, it's been done before, but this is the first time that we've had a lot of money on the line for it.
So did that make you change up your game at all, how you threw?
Yeah, I would lay up, and if I was still pretty far out and I had OB behind it, I'd give it a chance, but just a fluff to where it'd drop right away.
You know, although everybody out here seemed to be having a good time, I did talk to somebody, and they told me that there were a few people that didn't like the idea of having the marksmans for this tournament. And the only argument that they told me that they thought was a good argument was the fact that there isn't a lot of these skinny style baskets out there, and therefore a person doesn't get to practice on them very often, so they felt like it was a little unfair. So then round 2, the pros played the short course, and they played on the marksman basket. And I was wondering how that was going to play out, you know, the more seasoned player, to see how they play on the marksman basket. And there were a few times that even the pro players weren't quite on their game to make that marksman basket catch that disc. For the most part, if you had a bad putt, it was a bad putt no matter what basket you were putting on. But there were a few times where people would putt and they felt strongly that if it had been a regular sized basket, they for sure would have had the disc in the basket. So even though my objective was to come out here and film all the putting that was on the marksman, with this beautiful background out here at the Canyon Springs golf course, I couldn't help but film some of the drives. And after a full day of disc golf and after getting something to eat, what is a disc golf tournament without some Ring of Fire? And then to end the night, we have a really nice fireworks show. Yeah, I think someone needs to come look at my air conditioning. It's getting a little warm in here. And I've got some disc golf to film tomorrow. And that's pretty important. Well, it's important to me.